Let's show some love for the king of the monsters.
Watch it, Alan. I'm shooting.
Godzilla vs. Mothra. Also known as Mothra vs. Godzilla and Godzilla vs. the Thing. Godzilla is one of the most iconic characters, well, ever. He's one of those characters that, as soon as you hear the name, the image instantly pops into your head, even if you've never seen any of his movies. It's just like Indiana Jones, James Bond, and Batman. They're such a huge part of pop culture that everybody knows them. Godzilla vs. Mothra was the fourth movie in the original series. It took place after one of the greatest monster mashes of all time, King Kong vs. Godzilla. This is the movie that pitted two popular Toho monsters together. Mothra actually had her own movie before this. So did the character Rodan. Mothra's movie and Rodan's movie came out between Godzilla Raids Again and King Kong vs. Godzilla. They held the mantle up during Godzilla's absence. The plot is very simple. Things happen that lead to giant monsters fighting. That's pretty much it. Okay, I'll give you a little more. A giant egg has washed up onto the shores of Japan, and it becomes a major tourist attraction. A greedy businessman plans to profit off of the egg, but it turns out that the egg belongs to the moth-like creature Mothra. Hey, I get it. And she wants it back. At the same time, Godzilla shows up to destroy Japan. We get a good monster fight and plenty of destruction. When I say this movie is simple, I don't mean that in a bad way. That's one of the big appeals of Godzilla movies. They know what they are. Fun movies with cool monsters fighting each other. I'm a Godzilla fan. I love Godzilla. I love these movies. I love the monsters. And Godzilla vs. Mothra holds a special place in my heart because it was my first Godzilla movie. I like the character of Mothra, and yes, the monsters in these movies are characters. They're the star attractions. They are why we watch these movies. You can't help but think while watching this movie, what the hell is a moth going to do against a fire-breathing dinosaur? But the fight is actually pretty good. It has all the campiness that we Kaiju fans love about the series. The fight doesn't come until the third act, but the story keeps you interested, and Godzilla is enough of a threat that it actually makes you concerned about what's going to happen. You do have the option of watching this movie in the original Japanese language with English subtitles, but when it comes to Godzilla movies, I like English dubbing. It adds to the fun of these kinds of movies. I don't mind reading subtitles at all, but I like dubbing in my Godzilla movies.
Swine, you took everything and made me borrow my own money, and then you charge interest. I'll kill you. Please don't kill me.
One of the main complaints that people have about movies like this is that the monsters are just guys in suits. And yeah, that is cheesy. And I'll admit that I was taken aback by that when I first watched this movie, but it grows on you after a while. You understand that these are older movies, so the suits aren't going to look as good as suits nowadays. Of course, we don't get suits nowadays, we get CGI. I prefer my Godzilla movies with suits. CGI does not ruin movies for me, especially when it looks really good, but with CGI, you lose something that you can only get with guys in suits. When you have a CGI character on screen, there's no weight to them. When they get into a fight, you don't really feel the fight. But when it's somebody in a suit, and they are actually on screen, you feel the weight of every blow. When a monster destroys a building using CGI, there's too much order, if that makes any sense. It's too controlled. Miniatures are a lost art. I miss the days when filmmakers made miniature buildings for monsters to destroy. Destruction is chaotic. When you destroy a building, you can't control where the debris is going to fly. With CGI, there's no weight to the debris. It flies in a way that's too controlled. That's why I like older Godzilla movies. When a monster is thrown around, you feel the weight behind it. When a monster punches a building, you can feel the impact. I love the designs of the monsters. I think Mothra and Godzilla are perfect examples of why these monsters are so popular. The designs for these creatures are what I like. Simple and effective. That's how it is in the Godzilla series. Godzilla, a giant dinosaur with dorsal spines that breathes fire. Mothra, a giant moth. King Ghidorah, a big golden three-headed dragon. Anguirus, a four-legged lizard with a spiked dome on his back. You look at the designs of these creatures, and they are instantly appealing. I think Godzilla vs. Mothra is a good introduction for people just getting into Godzilla movies. If you'd like to start watching this series, start with this one. Now let me ask you, who are your favorite monsters in the Godzilla series other than Godzilla? We all know he's the best. For me, I love Mothra, Ghidorah, and Anguirus. Rodan and Mechagodzilla are great too. It's so hard to pick. This is your buddy Justin, here to remind you that the Grindhouse will never die.